it like it lasts. I don't know when it ended, but
Okay. Hold on. Let me go back and see if it popped up, or do I need to reconnect? Yeah, no, it's off of my TikTok.
Oh no.
Do I have to reconnect for Instagram too?
I don't know because I'm looking at my Instagram and it's showing. Let me see what Instagram is saying. Yeah, it looks like we might have to.
Yeah, because yours is still paused on Instagram.
All right,
Nadia.
try it again. Let's see my video.
Sorry.
It might not work because I think you have to get a whole new
Oh yeah,
something's
because
wrong
it
with my
kicked me out.
computer. I think whatever. There we go. I don't know if it's gonna let me get my because I already went live, hit live, so the stream key is not gonna.
Oh
Oh,
no.
it's okay. I mean, Instagram is it's okay. I mean, I don't think I didn't have that many viewers over there on Instagram anyway. So, um, I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's
Like it,
okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't. It couldn't have been me because normally, like when I disconnected before, it kept y'all going live. So I think it was something with the actual system because it didn't even let me know it disconnected. Darn, we were vibing too.
Yeah.
So you're in a groove. I was loving it. Let's see.
I was gonna add to my little recovery of maintenance, honey. This I tried to hide it, but right here above where I'm sitting on my slide, I had to take a tarp and cover like the top of the slide and put these little clamps on there until I get it fixed. But it leaked in here, and I guessing it was the leaves were inside of the drain, and it's
Hmm.
been leaking inside, so it like stained. So now I'm just like, I need to take a Sierra consultation to figure out like how I get these beautiful curtains and take this crap down. And it was a little towel stuck up there. I was like, oh, that little ugly thing on my lip. So I tried to adjust it. I was like, maintenance.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, I have
oh!
my
I
sister
see.
doing the
Rolling
same
with my
thing.
sisters. YouTube is on. The stream is going.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, those are going. It's just any most of them will pick right back up, except for Instagram because you got to put the stream key in. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
unfortunately.
We got a whole bunch of comments.
On TikTok.
I think this is YouTube.
Yeah, our YouTube. I roll with my sister's YouTube.
Mine
Um,
stopped, but it's all
I think
good.
you have to. I think. Oh yeah, because you guys have to Do you want me to end the stream and restart it, and then we can pick back up? Because that way you guys can reconnect your channels.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My channel. I didn't even put a channel, so I think it's just DC. Deidre, did you have your channel
I had
linked?
YouTube, but it's not that. CC
Oh,
probably is the only one that had more than connected. Yeah, I don't even see it on my Facebook the first time, and then it was just on my YouTube. But
Oh
my
wait.
YouTube
No.
is not
Oh.
that big.
all right.
No, we don't
Said
have
Give
to.
me.
We don't have
Wait
to
a minute.
stop.
Hold on. We got 33 people in here right now. We might not want to do
Nope.
that.
Yeah, no, you don't have to stop. I just reconnected.
Oh,
Okay, good.
perfect.
I
I'm
started
like,
turning
we got
my
33 people in here. Like, oh, sorry, we were talking, y'all. We were really talking. We lost connection, but like I saw that someone said, "Oh, there's over 20 people in here." Oh, okay, let's do it. But okay, so you were talking about hiking and you were talking about national parks and everything like that. So let's get right back into that.
um yes. Sorry. I was trying to I think I'm gonna just leave my Instagram off because there was nobody up there anyway.
Yeah, me.
Okay. Hiking. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, we'll just hop into the the budgeting for it. But I like being able to explore and know that I could pull my camper there if I wanted to. Now going up that mountain is a different story with my camper. But being able to put both of my interest in one and being in nature, especially at a national park like that where those things are being preserved and you get to look at, just the outdoors. I enjoy those better. So those are my my bucket list items. Do y'all have any places that you want to visit?
Everywhere. Like
Right.
I honestly I started doing this, getting stickers from every state I visit and sticking it on the outside of my RV like a badge of honor. And I want to see how long and how many places I can get to with my rig. So I want to go everywhere.
Yes.
I want to get a truck first, and then yes, I think by the time if I don't have one before she graduates, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be hitting the road. By the time she graduates in 4 years, I don't think it'll take me that long, but I'll explore at heart. So if I get a truck, we rolling
All right.
somewhere.
I hear that. For us, our bucket list places honestly are like routes. Like my husband wants to do like Route 66 from like Chicago all the way down to San Diego. I want to do
Ooh.
like the old. I know I can't do like the whole Oregon Trail, but I want to do a portion of the Oregon Trail. And then like Route 1 and the 101 down California. I did do that in my semi, and I saw so many people boondocking right next to the beach. When I tell you right next to the beach, you open the door,
Yes.
you take 5 steps, you're at the beach. Like it's literally you're parked right there on the curb. You get to the sand and you walk to the beach. I'm like, I want to go there. That's like my thing. But I'm getting into national parks, and since we're talking about national parks, and kind of can lead into the budget. If you are a military veteran, you get a national park pass at no cost, lifetime pass. If you are a disabled veteran, 100%. No, you don't even have to be 100%. You just have to be a disabled veteran. It might be 100%. I can't remember. But if you're a disabled veteran, you get the access pass for disabled members, and then that also gives you 50% off of camping at like some like Army Corps of Engineer parks and some federal parks that have camping. So that kind of helps in like saving money and trying to get into money wise and stuff like that. So that just wanted to throw out there since you said you went to the national park and stuff. So we just went to our first national park in the Sleeping Bear Dunes up in Michigan. We actually want to go back. It's that one where y'all have seen where people climb down, and if you have to get rescued, it costs like $5,000 to get
Oh, yeah,
rescued
yeah, yeah.
back. Yeah. So we went there. Did we go down? No, we did not. I wanted to go there because I wanted to get that sign. They used to have the sign that says that if you go down, come back up. They still say it's risk, but they don't have the price up there anymore. They just say like, hey, if you have to go down, we have to rescue you. It's just your own risk. But it's beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's like God's green earth is beautiful. Like it really is. Like
Seriously.
I'm a
it's
sucker
and
for a view.
Lake. I'm telling you, if you ever have a chance to go, I mean, maybe we need to make that a Rollin With My Sistas trip. When y'all
Yes, I will cry.
try.
Just to let y'all know,
You know
if it's a
what?
nice view, I'm gonna cry. Just to let you know.
You
I'm
know
telling
what?
you, we need to go to. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I definitely want to see if we can do a meetup, because the beautiful thing about us all living full-time RV is we just need to drop a location and show up.
Right.
So hopefully 2026 we can actually, and our subscribers can meet up. And so I hope, if not 2026, maybe 2027 we could do that. But that would be
I
so
was gonna say, I would love to meet up in like like northern Michigan, Lake Michigan. When I tell you the water, I love Lake Michigan. I love blue water, but the great thing about that is like you don't have that ocean like salt water like grime and feel. So you get the fresh water like fresh water feel. But
yeah.
it looks like an ocean. It's blue. It has beautiful sand. Like we want to go back to that area and definitely explore. Doesn't have to be there, but I'm just thinking like I know she said she's a sucker for a view, and it will just be so pretty. Like we would have to camp at a campground nearby and like just drive up there. But I mean, they actually have a campground there too. They do have a campground that's actually there, not at Sleeping Bear, but it's a part of the national park. But I'm like, I'm down for it. Like let's plan it. I mean, I depending on where people want to meet, we kind of already have our 2026 done, because now that we are no longer work camping contracts, everything falls on us. So we have to plan our own route. So we kind of already know like after we leave here, we're going to Ohio for a little while, like the southern part of Ohio.
I could do Ohio.
Yeah, there we go. So
Ohio's not far from me.
I know. And then we're going to up to Wisconsin because we haven't announced it like actually on our social. So this is the first time we're announcing it. We're going to the world's largest air show in July.
Oh yeah.
In
Is
Wisconsin.
that Oshkosh or whatever?
Yes, Oshkosh. We're going to go do that. We're going to be there because we're also trying to promote our business. So we got to go to a little bit more events, and then we're going to hang out in Indiana, outside of Indianapolis for a little while after that. And then we're going to be making our way down to Tampa for the winter. And so that's kind of like where we are. But, you know, we could try to make some pit stops along the way if we can, if we, you know, whatever.
I was trying to say pit stop in North Carolina.
I'm trying to get my husband. He's watching, hopefully. I'm trying to convince him to get to North Carolina. Come on, sis. I need your help.
Yes. Pit stop in North Carolina just makes sense. Come on.
Well, I keep telling them too. I'm like, hello, you got brothers and sisters out there. You know what I mean? Like
you're coming from Michigan, pit stop in North Carolina to get to Florida. That just makes sense.
Right. You hit me with the Oregon Trail. That was my game back in the day, Oregon Trail, baby. I played that game on that TC.
Yes.
Now you got me thinking like, that would be fun.
Yeah, I know some of it's not accessible to large vehicles, so you kind of gotta like. But it's the same thing with Route 66. Not all of it's accessible to large vehicles, but I still want to do, like, he really wants to do Route 66. We've done part of it. Actually, I've done all of it in a semi. I've done all of it, but well, majority of it. I'm not gonna say all of it, but I did a majority of it. But like I told myself, I don't mind doing Route 66, but I'm not doing it from Chicago. We can go from the outskirts, but I'm not taking this thing in Chicago. I don't care. No, I'm not taking that. We can go on the outskirts and then we can make our way down. But yeah, that's like we don't really have. We have experiences we want to try. Like it's hard to say any particular things, but he said, I hear you about NC.
Okay.
I keep trying to tell NC, Virginia, South Carolina, that's like the mecca for people that look like us. Like that's where they have all of that's where we have all of, like, you know, people that look like us. You know what I mean? Like that's where we want to go.
I'm just saying, there's so much to do in North Carolina. It'll happen. We're not gonna pressure him this evening because we know it's gonna happen. We're just gonna go plan the activities we're gonna do.
I know I want to do horseback riding. I know that for sure.
And I have a few that we can go to North Carolina. So we just gotta pick where we're going.
Already confirmed.
There we go. Just
okay, so let's plan for 2027. I believe let's just plan for 2027 because that way I don't want to do it like I don't know about anybody else. I don't like to just go and stay in a place for like a weekend. I want to stay for at least 2 weeks and 2 weeks to a month. You know what I mean? So because like I said, we're doing our business, so we want to be able to, you know, generate business too. So I want to be able to explore and work, but also just I don't want to feel always in the rush and feel like
I don't want to work at all. So I definitely want to do more than a week so I can take off and not have to worry about, okay guys, I have to leave early because I have to go. No, I want to be, and that works out for being 2027. My grandma turns 75 this year, so we're going to Turks and Caicos. So that helps me like plan for that, go to that, and then next year I'm taking off a whole week so that we can all meet up and I can enjoy it and not have to worry about work.
And that way I put it in my PTO because you know how mine's work.
See, we're planning. We just gotta get Alexis on the board.
Right. We just got to figure out when, like what part of 2027. Of course, not in the cold. We want to be there like April, May, June. You know, kind of make sure we avoid hurricanes. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, those are unpredictable.
We definitely have those over here.
Oh, I know. So
we gotta get Alexis all squared away. Make sure she can come out.
Yep. But did you want to talk about the budget?
Okay, so let me see. Now I gotta go back. Okay, so we hit on it a little bit before when we were talking about like just how people just don't understand that this lifestyle is different and we have different priorities in an RV. We're not worried about rent and parking passes, and I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've lived in an apartment now. So I don't even utilities, like things like that we're not worried about, where it now becomes more of, you know, something is going to need to be replaced or upgraded or the more you start to travel and the longer you stay in your RV, the more you'll need different things like a better water filter. We talked about the hoses. We talked about one of our lives, we talked about a better surge protector and investing in upgrading your RV as you're living in it long term. So those have been part of my budget where I always set aside money to be able to upgrade things. Like, we talked about it before. We're not going to bring that negativity back up here. But the whole situation that happened on that one live, I had already had the cameras that Amber had told me about in my cart. But the fact that I have that set aside money to upgrade, I was able to get those 3 at the time that I needed them, just for my own, like, peace of mind. Like, I'm solo traveler, I'm here for work, I'm getting random people on my account, whatever. I just need to be able to see my surroundings. So having things like that, but also things that I want to upgrade, like the weight detector or whatever for your propane that connects to your phone so that you can see when it needs to be refilled, because I have an older one, so mine does not automatically switch to my other propane tank, so I have to go outside and switch it myself, and usually it's like at the last minute where it's like the heat's not coming back on, it's freezing in here, and then I have to go and change it. So little stuff like that are part of my budget, so I'm putting that money aside for like kind of like a rainy day. But then it becomes when you're moving around. So for me, I'm majority of the time I'm stationary. So we talked about before, like my parents put me a plot in the back of their property, so I have water and electric hookup, and then when I need to dump my tanks, they have it set up to where the macerator feeds directly into the sewer at their house. And so I give them money monthly when I'm here, especially with work, because it works out for me when I have to leave for like 2 or 3 days every, like these last 3 weeks I've been in 2 different states for the last 3 weeks, and it's been like 3 days here, 3 days here. And so it helps me because I don't have to put Merlot in boarding as often. But then when I am gone for a longer period of time, I don't want then to be burdened with having to watch my dog, so I'll put him in boarding. So then that's another budgeting for that, because it's just my job. Like, definitely thankful for them building this plot in the back. Like, they cleared out trees, and I'll put pictures up one day, but they cleared out trees for me, put down the whole crush and run. I've got the hookup in the back, and everything works out. So one, I'm not leaving my RV in a place unattended for the days that I'm going to be in a different state for work. And two, like I said, I have care for Merlot when I have to be gone for work, and that's just my job, and that's just the way it is, and I'm blessed for it. But then that's something that I factor in, because I am taking additional water and electric. So I'm paying for that. But then when I am staying at other campsites for long periods of time, like when I move to when the weather finally gets nice, because we had snow last week. So I'm still iffy about when I'm going to when I'm going to leave with work travel, and the snow is just like, I would rather be in one place until we figure that out. But when the weather does get nice and I move to the river, then I have to factor in my long-term stay budget. Do I do the 21 days up front, or do I say I'm gonna pay for a couple weeks at a time and then go move to a different campsite? Like, so mine is like majority stationary, but then like frequent long-term stays, like, if that makes sense. So throughout the year my location changes often, because I feel like moving, I want to go somewhere else. But if I have the time where it's like, and my job is like with construction and being a general contractor, it's unexpected, because you never know when you're going to have a bid or interview in a different state. And so there are times where it's like I have to pick up and go to another state for an interview at the last minute, and I won't know until the week of. So having the freedom to be able to say, okay, mom and dad need to bring my camper, to the spot in the back because I'm going to be gone, or staying there for a long period of time during the winter because of the snow. And you have to worry about all the things at a campground, like whether or not your spigot is going to explode. Like, that happened to me one winter. And then making sure that you have the right resources. So my budget, to sum all that up, my budget mainly consists of rainy days for upgrading and making sure that my maintenance is always taken care of, and I have the funds set aside to be able to do something quickly, which is why it's so hard sometimes to make videos, because it's like, something happens, I have the money to do it, I'm going to purchase it because it needs to be changed now. Especially when you have an older camper, these things it's not just we need to fix it, it's new, the whole thing needs to be replaced because you have an older camper. So having that side that money set aside has been helpful for me, but then also making sure that I have the set aside money for my different long-term stays in the different areas I'm going to be in. So mine varies. Now, I will say with all of that, aside from the set aside money, because you just never know what you're going to need to upgrade and how much it's going to cost, what we said earlier is very much true. I don't pay anywhere near, well, I wouldn't say anywhere near, but I'm definitely not paying close to $1,000 a month for RV. So we talked about the insurance. My insurance for my RV is like $30 a month. And I use Progressive, thanks to Amber. I use Progressive for my RV. And then for like my long-term stays, at most, if I'm staying 21 days, my max that I've paid has been like, the one that I really like by the river has been like $480 for that entire 21-day stay. So, and it's places that I feel comfortable. It's places that are near my work locations. It's places that I frequent. So I'm not just saying long-term stay at a place that I've never been before. And if it ever is at that point, which I've done that before in a city, I go there ahead of time. I look at the place. I find the spots that I like. I actually met a few full-timers at that location before, and they were telling me about their expenses and things like that.
I think Deirdre, you have to step out. You have to vacate us
Oh
now.
yeah, listen, I'm just sitting here listening, honey. I do. So I appreciate. I'm so glad I showed up.
Yay. You did too.
Yeah, I had to
you.
push myself, honey. I pushed myself. So y'all pray for me.
Yes.
I'm gonna go on this phone,
And
but I'm happy I was able to push and show up. I feel like it was a part of accountability. Like this is what I said I wanted to be a part of. So let me go ahead and push. And I gained something from it tonight. Even just from everybody's perspective. So I appreciate y'all. I cannot wait until the last one. So y'all know what? I'm gonna have everything hooked up and I'm gonna make sure that day before I get my rest so I can run these hours and stay up later. So everybody that's
yeah,
watching, thank you all for tuning in. And ladies, let's keep rolling. Sister,
yeah.
sister. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Later.
She's always saying when she goes into her work, she's like, I'm going to Ghetto After Dark. So hopefully we made her Ghetto After Dark a little bit better tonight. Hopefully we made it a little less ghetto.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those monthly expenses for RV life, and that when I do my monthly expenses, it's including propane during the winter as well. So usually I'm filling up like maybe like every week to every 2 weeks, depending, because I don't keep mine high. Like I'm a blanket girl, so I'm gonna wrap up in a blanket, but I usually keep mine on 73 so that I'm not using as much. And then I have my air fryer, but it's also like a mini oven basically, and I'll use that as well. So I'm not filling up as often, but I always fill up one when the other one is full, so I'm never like completely out of propane. So I'm factoring in propane, I'm factoring in what my long-term stay bill is going to be wherever I'm doing, but usually that's something that I pay up front. Like I'm going to be here for 21 days, I pay that up front, or I'm going to be here for a couple weeks, I'll do it ahead of time. I'm never like a day by day or at the end, pay, because usually, like I said, the places that I'm staying at long term are the ones that are like more scenic, and I definitely don't want to be paying as a solo traveler. This is just my thought process. It could be a little anxious thinking, but I don't care, I'm solo. But I don't want to be going to the, what do you call it, whatever, the building to pay every single day for a spot.
Right.
That to me just doesn't sound safe or smart. And I don't do it that way. So I'll pay in advance if I'm going to stay a longer period of time. And we talked about security, so I won't get into all of that, but those are things that I factor into my budget. And again, those don't hit the $1,000 a month mark, which allows me to do things like tomorrow, me going to the ballet, and enjoying my hobbies and interests that I like to do, because I'm not paying thousands of dollars on rent.
Exactly. That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Right.
Free up money to, like, because we don't. Our goal in life is not to work. It's not to live to work.
I don't want to work at all.
Right.
Yeah. But if you have to work right now, so you don't want to be living just to work. You want to work till you can live.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
right. 100%.
how do you do? Like, what about? Do you have any budgeting tips, Kiki?
Um, Other than what you just tapped on, I pay everything in full. Like when I say even my car insurance, I paid it up. I just paid it up for the year. My RV, I don't pay. I don't let anything hit by the month. Even my cell phone bill, I pay it for the year. I don't need any other unexpected surprises to throw off my budget monthly. So because I know something's gonna happen. And it's so funny. I mean, I was gonna tap on it later when I cover my topic, but my fridge just died. Like literally just yesterday, my fridge died, and I was just
Girl.
like, the
Sorry.
cost of an RV fridge. Are you serious? So I don't need that. That's what I can say is if you have it in your budget, or if you have the mindset to say, you know what, it's gonna hurt, but I'd rather hurt once. Pay everything you can up front, like in lump sums, because inevitably something's gonna break, and you don't want to have to be like, do I want to fill up my propane, or do I need to fix this hole in my roof? Like
Mhm.
you don't want to be set with that situation. So if you have it, when you have it, take care of your big things, because the emergencies, they aren't going to call you and like, hey, 2 a.m. tomorrow I'm going to break, so get ready. Like you just
Right.
don't know. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would just
I I got some follow up questions on mine, Kiki, from yours. One, they were saying to switch to all electric, which is what my RV fridge is. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this week I also had an issue with my fridge to where things were not getting cold in the fridge, but the freezer was fine. So I had to turn it all the way to max, and I'm concerned. Cause I'm like, when I move, when the weather gets nicer, like I don't. Well, you're an electrician, so my concern, like I'm like thinking in my head, but the whole time answers here. Okay, my concern with it being on max and going to a campground versus plugging up to a house where everything is secure here is that, am I thinking too much that the amperage would just be too strong
and which option, at the home or at the RV park?
at the RV park?
From my experience, it's no different.
Oh,
Just as long as you have your surge protector, that's the only
mhm.
thing that I recommend. Please use a surge protector, even if you're at home, because that's protecting your system in your RV. But it's so negligible when it comes terms for these fridges or anything that you run in there. The beautiful thing about your system is it has a circuit breaker. That circuit breaker that's dedicated to your fridge will never let it go above whatever amperage is on that circuit breaker. So you
Okay.
have so many fail safes before you get to the hookup for your rig that it's negligible. You don't worry. If anything, I would worry about the actual surge protector before I worry about what the draw is for anything that you're plugging into your rig.
So even if I put in, like, this is not an RV fridge, like it's more of like a mini residential fridge. So even with that, it's still
I would verify now for my rig, the I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking out the propane slash electric fridge and getting a apartment size residential fridge in here, and it's gonna run off of the same thing. I know because I've already double checked the wiring, the thickness of the wiring. It's going to handle the demand of the new one. I would just say look at the circuit breaker rating and make sure it's within the rating of the fridge you buy.
yeah. I
Right.
think I think that's what was done. Like my dad was saying, 120V. Yeah, we definitely checked that ahead of time. But it's just when that
Yes.
happened this week, I was like, well, now I'm concerned if I go to RV park and my fridge is on max. Like I was just overthinking it.
No, no. If anything, I would say if it was pulling propane, it's gonna pull more propane than it does electrical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
fully electric.
Okay.
Refrigerators
Yeah.
don't really they don't pull as much as you think they do. They're actually on the more minuscule. Because our refrigerator runs off our 12 volt. Like when we are traveling, my refrigerator still runs. Like
Right.
it's a 12 volt, so it can run off the battery or it can run plugged in. I will say, Kiki, when you change out your refrigerator, I'm pretty sure you know this, but make sure you cap your propane
Yeah.
connection, and make sure you get that done by somebody that's certified. You don't want to to Jim John that says I can do it, and then you having carbon monoxide leaking into your RV.
Mhm.
Like get somebody that's like it does cost money, but I'm sorry, life is more important than trying to save a
Yeah.
couple bucks.
Yeah.
I only say that because I'm telling to other people because everybody wants to do like the cheap way. I'll use YouTube. No, unless you actually know what you're doing, don't like we don't have a propane fridge. Like ours did not even like they don't even really make them in RVs now. That's like from like 2022 or 2023, I believe, and up. Just because of the fact that the cost to maintain them, the safety of them, they're just not that great. Now we've had to replace a refrigerator before, and then the 12-volt fridge it ran us about $600. And it was our last RV, and it was more so it's a common issue, but it's like kind of like with your AC unit. Once it has this issue, you can't replace it. You can't repair it. You have to replace it.
Yeah.
So it was well, or it was for us, it could be this or it could be that. But in order to find out if it's this, we have to order this part. And if that part doesn't work, and if it's that, then you just have to replace it. And we're like, you know what? We don't want to spend $175 for a motherboard to know if it's going to work or not.
Right.
Let's just replace it because and we removed it and everything. We had to deliver. It was crazy. It was delivered on this big old semi truck at the campground. The campground was like, what do y'all have coming? I'm like, oh, it's a refrigerator. Don't know why it's on this big truck, but okay. And it wasn't like a FedEx truck. It was R&L carriers, like the green and white trucks, like semi. He backed it in, and luckily, because we're like, we don't want you to have to go into the campground. We worked at the campground, so like it wasn't a big deal. We literally backed up he brought the ramp down, put it on the back of our bed of our trailer, and he just literally took the forklift and put it across and put it on our bed of our truck. Now getting it off, it took like 4 people.
Yeah, I was like, how you get that off?
It was, man, first we opened the box on the back of the truck, and then they laid it down, and I don't know. I was post surgery at that point, so I couldn't lift a finger because I couldn't. It was too heavy for me. But it was I understand your plight with the refrigerator thing. With UCC with your fridge, I don't think you should have any. I don't think you should have any issues. The only reason why I say that is because our outdoor fridge is it's a mini fridge, like a dorm size fridge. Like it doesn't work unless we're plugged in. Like it does not have any electric. I want to say that because it's on 220, two something. It's because
what 120.
120, whatever. I don't know. It's 120, whatever. I know there's like three. I know there's 3 types of electric in an RV. I do know that much. There's 3 types.
Mm-hmm.
You got your 12-volt. You got your 120, and there's a 2 something. I don't
240.
know. Okay.
What's the 240?
Yeah, that's
your AC. It's something that you need double the power than regular.
Yeah, but I know it's something. I was like, that's a big appliance. I know that.
Yeah. I was like, what am I? I'm looking around like, what in here is 240? No, because I learned that 12V and 120 the hard way when I was doing that chandelier. I was like, this is not turning on, but yeah, it was that. And then I did the same thing in my bedroom with the light. I had put a 120 bulb in a 12V socket. So yeah.
Oh, you should have filmed that. I wish you would have recorded that. That would have been
funny. That thing so quickly. I was like,
oh yeah, that was
scary. Was gone.
That would have scared me because I'm like, I have surge protectors galore. I have like these this right here. It's a surge protector. Oh shoot, oops. It's a surge protector, but it's also like a multi outlet surge protector. So there's multiple outlets in it. So like it has 3 USB and a Type C, and then it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actual like outlets. So like you can plug in it, and maybe you can help. What's the one with the 3? It's not. It has the third little one for the third hole of the
ground.
Yeah. See, you're teaching me. I feel like hooked on phonics works for me because I
hooked on phonics
because I really don't know. She's really like the ground.
Yeah. I have one of those for my my TV, my my away tower, like all of those like electronics. I have one of those for that.
Yeah. We have 1, three of them in this RV because for some reason they don't want to give us enough outlets. But I guess they want you to make sure
That's
you
what I
keep
say. I don't have enough outlets for it.
But I
Yeah.
think they do that on purpose to keep your electric usage down. They don't want you plugging in all the different things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like
Agree.
we don't have a whole bunch of stuff plugged into here. Like we have his lights, uh, our camera is like our window camera is in the window that, and then we have our his TV and his Xbox. Like it's nothing like that has drawing too much power. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then one thing we do also too when we're traveling, we just unplug it. We unplug all anything that's in an outlet. We unplug outside of like our washer and dryer, but in the microwave. But we unplug anything that's not included in the RV. So that way, when we do plug in, it, like a big surge doesn't run, and then we have.
See, that's
Well,
smart.
Okay, go ahead. No.
No, I'm saying that's smart, but it's like, I guess like for me, and I'm not speaking for you, Kiki, but for me as a solo traveler, I'm trying to make sure this thing is hooked up correctly. That sometimes I forget about inside my camper. Like there's been times where I drove like hours to stay by my sister and forgot to lock my fridge because I have this residential fridge now, so it doesn't have the locking these hooks on the side
Right.
that latch on it and close it. And I drove all the way down there and forgot. But it's like with my mom and dad when they're camping, my mom does the inside, my dad does the outside. I'm working to make sure this thing don't fly off the road than I am about.
Yes.
But that is a good point. Like that is something that I need to add to my checklist of unplugging
Yeah.
things. I can imagine that surge, especially if something is faulty or like one of my cords are broken or I blew a fuse or something. As soon as I plug up to that campground and something is wrong in here, that's a lot of power going in at one time.
Yeah.
So I need to add that to my list.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to recommend instead of now do what you're comfortable with. Instead of unplugging everything, just hit the circuit breakers. Turn all the circuit breakers off.
Yeah.
And then
that's
that
easier.
because then you're not having to forget to so and then as an electrician I'm telling you do it this way because then now you're doing one circuit, two circuits, three circuits instead of all. Now you're going and everything's already on and then you're going to try to plug all this other stuff. Those are the inrush currents. That's when the current draw jumps up and that's when it causes craziness. But if you're doing one circuit at a time, it gives the electrical time to level out because you're doing
So
it.
you're saying cut off the circuit on the camper or at the RV park?
Or in your RV, they're your circuit breakers. So wherever your breakers are, or your fuses and your breakers are usually together. Literally turn all of those breakers off when you're unplugging. Right.
Okay.
So when you get to the RV park and you plugged up, you made your surge protector outside. Then now you're coming in and then on a breaker at a time. So you're slowly adding that draw to whatever your RV is asking for. So it's less likely to just all of a sudden and then now you're pulling up at an RV park that you don't know how dependable their system is, and you're like, hey, give me 50 amps right now. That could throw everything off, and it could be nothing wrong with the wiring in your camper, but you just ask a lot of their system and you're trusting a lot that their system can handle that. So I would definitely recommend do one at a time. Do a 15 amp.
About that. That's good. But see, this is the thing though.
That's good advice.
Are they labeled correctly? So now I'm gonna have to play the game of I know where some of my AC outlets are. Is it AC, DC? Whatever my husband knows what I'm talking about. The one that always blows. They always have the ones with the test on it, like the
GFIs.
There we go.
Yeah. See, I got
phonics work.
We're learning. It's our electrical class 101.
Right.
Seriously, right. This is not. This is electrical before 101. This is like
this is the interlude.
This is the pre-course. Okay, right. I need to learn these terms before I even get electrical. I'm sitting here like, wait, what? But yes, so I keep blowing our that one you just said. I just forgot.
Yep.
The GFI. Yeah, I keep blowing those because so I keep forgetting that like I'll have we don't. One thing I was going to say too, CC, we don't use a lot of propane because we use a hot plate, and I know I can't do the microwave and my air fryer at the same time. But sometimes I kind of forget, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get this going now. Boop, boom, just everything goes off. And I was like, crap. Now I gotta go mess with the circuit breakers. And so, especially if the AC is on, like not the AC in the bedroom, because that one's on its own circuit. It's like it's by itself. That's the only reason why we're 50 amp is because we have a second AC, and that's on its own. That one I do know. Well, I don't mind having the AC on for that because it's its own. But when the AC's on in the living room, if I forget and I end up, I got the hot plate on. It's very low. I'm not. Then I got some in the microwave, and because I can do those two together. I can do those two, the microwave and the hot plate, as long as the hot plate's on low. But then I like, I need to get this air fryer warmed up. I'm just as soon as I do that, douche.
Too much.
I know where I flipped this so many times. I know exactly which breaker it is. I'm like, I don't even have to look at it no more. I just got to feel it. Okay.
That's how I was in Esther, because I never used the stove, because that one I had to light. I did not like using that one, so I was on the hot plate, and then I would have like my air fryer on the other side of the camper because that circuit wasn't connected to the hot plate that I was using, or if I definitely couldn't use the microwave. And then don't even get me started about breakfast. So I got my coffee machine preset, so I couldn't have my coffee machine running while I'm making eggs because the coffee machine and the hot plate are on the same breaker. This one is a lot better. I haven't blown a fuse I haven't tripped the breaker in here while I've been cooking. If I'm using my appliances, but I use my stove and my oven a lot more in this camper. But I haven't done that in this one. But that last one, and it was small too. It was only 28 feet, and I had one slide, but it was very skinny in the middle, so it wasn't like all the appliances I was using.
Right. So my husband said two things. It's great to see this group of women who are so knowledgeable about RV life. But then he decides to backhand that and said, teach her for me, please. It helps. I got
teach
you.
What? What did he say?
He said, teach her for me. It helps. Because he's all Mr.
He feel good when he need to go be the man and save you and flip that breaker.
Right.
He looks at me.
It boosts him up.
He looks at me sideways like, you know better. I'm like, I know, I do know better, but he's just getting
and then you just bat your eyelashes and he go flip the breaker. Like, what is he waiting on?
Right.
Yes,
it was my bad. Because
so sorry.
Like he's had he had to deal with electrical stuff. In a sense that most people don't even think about. He had to wire missiles and ordinances to jets. I'm like, you don't want to cross that stuff. Like, heck no. You talk about boom, ba-boom. You go,
Positive equals right?
Like seriously, I'm like, I don't know how you were able to do that, because I'm like, no, there is no way. She said she doesn't need help flipping the breaker. She got that handled. Sometimes I like for you to come to my
right, but you do it so much better.
Right? It's so sexy when you do it.
There you go.
I leave it out. I leave the outside one for him. I'll be like, can you go outside and flip the breaker, please? That's the one that's the one that scares me.
If I had somebody to flip that propane for me.
Oh my
gosh.
Be 30 degrees in here. And I'm like, I gotta prep myself. I'm like, okay. I gotta go outside and flip the propane.
I gotta tell you this crazy propane story I had. Okay, so we were working nights. Well, I was. He's still working. His shack has not shut down yet. And I had cooked. I baked. I usually use of course I use the oven to bake a lot of stuff. And so I baked something for dinner. I'm thinking like, okay, so and normally when you remember to do something, you remember doing it, but you don't clearly remember doing it. So I'm thinking, I'm leaving the house and I'm like, how you get that feeling like you forgot something, but you can't think of what it is. Get to work. 2-3 hours go in. Our next door neighbors happen to be the campground managers. I get a text message from a random number. Your RV's beeping. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't turn off the oven. I'm thinking like, oh my God, my RV is on fire. So I turn on my Amazon Alexa to see what's going on, to see, because I don't know. Once again, I still don't know who this number is. Turn on the Amazon Alexa, look in the camera to see the inside. and I hear the beeping. I'm like, oh, that's our CO2. That's the CO2. So we got a lot of CO2 going on in there. So our neighbors that work the day shift, I text him. I was like, hey, can you please, because they have a key to our RV. I was like, can you go inside and disconnect our propane and all that stuff? And he's like, sure, no problem. Like, mind you, it's like 12 o'clock in the morning. I call him. He was like dead sleep. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but can you please do this or whatever like that? So this is the key, like, to make sure you double check all of your, your things when you cook, turn it off. Yeah. So he comes in, he turns it off, and he gets it to like reset or whatever. But of course, at like an hour later, I get another message from my neighbor saying, oh, it's beeping again. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't really want to wake up my neighbor. He has to come to work. I think it's just the CO2 because the propane was left on and there was nothing going on. So I think it's just the CO2. And he was like, okay, I just want to let you know. It doesn't bother me. I just wanted to let you know. I was like, well, thank you. I'm glad, because that thing is loud. And I'm like, and he was like, we're not at a campground where we're like there's like 40 feet in between. Like, I can literally reach out and touch my neighbor. I can like reach out and touch him.
Wow.
Like, that's how close we are. And so I told I was telling my husband this whole time, I was like, I'm so paranoid because he had the truck. His gate was more busier than mine. I could have left to go check on it myself had I had the truck, but he was at his gate. He can't leave his gate. He's the entrance to the property. So he's controlling all the traffic. So I felt so horrible. I was like, oh my God. I was praying. I was like, please don't let it be a fire. Please. So you talk about propane, girl. I was paranoid.
That's how I felt when my surge protector burned from that extension cord, and I got that text, hey, your camper's smoking. I'm sorry, what? I literally had just pulled up to work, literally like in the parking lot, standing in the parking lot, saw the text, run back to my truck. Like, Camping World was not open yet. Like, I'm at work. Like, it's early in the morning. But he was like, yeah, I unplugged it. But he was calm. So, like, in my head, I was like, okay, it can't be that bad. So I'm going to sit at Camping World, wait for it to open, and get what I need, what I could possibly, like, I got a new surge protector, I got a new extension cord and everything. And then I got home and redid everything. And my cord to my RV was fine, perfect. But the extension cord and the surge protector were fried. So I was like, okay, well, if he's confident, it can't be that bad. And he knows that Merlot is here. So, like, if it was that serious, he would have said it. Hopefully. Right. But when I got there and that thing was fried, all I could do was take the video of what it looked like. Because I went into action because I just knew that everything was done. Like, I was like, I'm not going to be able to plug in my camper. I'm going to have to replace this whole cord. Like, that was scary.
Right. Yeah, and that goes into another thing with RV preparedness. Like, you got to be prepared for anything, and I'm glad I did have, because like I'm thinking, like, if I didn't have that Amazon Alexa, I wouldn't have believed whoever that was. Because I'm like, I don't know who you are. You didn't introduce yourself. You just said, hey, then I'm like, is someone spamming me? Is this the wrong number?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, that was like having that Amazon Alexa with the camera. So because we originally got it for our dog, so that way we can at least like communicate with her. She can hear us talk to her when she's, I did say the stove was left on. I did say that. He's correcting me.
He like,
well, she said it first, and then we kind of got that when she said the propane ran out and the CO2 came on. We are full timers here. We can put two and two together.
But so it has like a camera, so we can like listen in and like it actually see inside of our RV and everything. So that came in handy to be able to do that. So I'm glad we had that. But like, I keep telling my husband, like, we need to get Waggle. We need to get the Waggle thing, because that also would have alerted us. It would have alerted us because it would have detected the CO2. And so it would have sent a direct message to our phone. So that way I wouldn't have to rely on somebody else to tell me. Because what if we were at a campground? Two things. What if we were at a campground that we weren't near anybody to tell us, number one. Number two, what if our friends weren't working with us? Then like we would have no way for anybody to turn it off for us. You know what I mean? So,
or nobody answered at 12 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, and it was weird too, because when our friend that answered, he was like, honestly, I thought it was my alarm going off. So I was trying to hit the snooze, and I thought I hit snooze, and I hear, hello. I was like, I'm so glad you didn't snooze me.
You're right.
Oh man. No.
So yeah.
I agree. I agree.
But that kind of
Something
leads into
that,
your topic. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, that does lead into my topic, but I wanted to I know you all have a different camera provider and it works for you, but I love Wise, WYZE. They have a feature where they can listen out for the CO2 alarm and the smoke detector,
Mm.
even babies crying, dogs barking. So it'll send an alert, hey, your detector's going off. But I even went a step further because I'm just so scared of everything. I have these thermometer, and it monitors the temperature wherever I put them, and I have like 6 of them. So I set it so if anywhere in my rig it gets hotter than 80 degrees, it'll be like, hey, this is really hot, and you come check. So with that, in addition to my cameras, I'm always like, is it hot in there? Are the cats okay? What are they doing? And yeah,
Yeah.
that gives me peace of mind. So I know exactly what
Yeah,
you mean.
That's
and
good.
we want to upgrade the monitors on our AC because we can control them from our phone, but it also
Right.
Oh,
will let us know like the temperature and all that stuff. So like you can like set your temperatures and put it on a schedule or whatever. Because especially if you're in a hot area or something like that. But we also want to get like water detectors because we actually knew they weren't really coworkers. They were like people that work for the same company, but they had the same model and year of our RV, and
uh-huh.
their RV burned down because where the outdoor kit. You tell me this if this makes sense, Kiki.
Okay.
Since you're an electrician, they put a GFI outlet facing up underneath the sink and plumbing.
Why? That's
It does.
illegal. That is absolutely
I'm not an
illegal.
electrician,
Not
and that sounds.
not in the RV. It's not because they don't have any type of there's no parameters
Cold.
on there's no code or nothing. They don't there's nothing. It just has a pass. Does the electric work? Is it safe? Does it operate in the correct voltage
Well,
and wires and all that stuff?
I will say in my last camper in Esther, I had a lot of those sockets, but none of those. So all of the sockets in there, except for the ones in my kitchen, were like facing like that. The one in the kitchen wasn't though.
See this one
So
because this was
I feel like, was it a 2020?
uh it was the one with the three. The you talking about?
No, like what year was the camper?
Oh, the 2020. It was a 2022, 2022. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's
because
like
a lot of those around 2020, they were saying a lot of them had faulty manufacturing because of the shortage of material.
okay.
A
I don't
lot of
understand.
the ones around that year.
You you
What?
you you see that, Amber? I saw that too.
What happened?
What? You must not
I
see the
can't.
messages from YouTube. Someone asked to
No, I
send the
can't.
hundred
I can't see the comments.
sent the $180. Okay, you're in timeout. You're in timeout. Bye.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, what was that on YouTube?
on YouTube it says
Yeah.
I'm new to the chat. I was curious if one of you could send me $180 for crab legs. I put him in timeout.
Yeah.
For
I
crab
don't know who
legs?
that is.
Where are you buying crab legs that are $180? First of all,
He's in
you need to
timeout,
go to the East Coast.
right? But no, I don't know. It's just this particular one. Most of the other ones are just mounted on the wall. All the other ones are mounted on the wall. This one's just because it's a plug for the outdoor refrigerator. So the plug is literally so it's imagine this is the outlet, this is the plug, and up here is the plumbing.
Yeah, no, that just
Yeah.
screamed. So
So
I gotta look at my code book. I know there is a part that deals with mobile homes, so RVs may fall under that, but I need to get a bit
they
more well
don't
versed. But
because they're considered this one thing I do know when we worked at the service department, there are no regulations for RVs like that
oh, that's
because these are
scary.
considered recreational vehicles. It's almost like boats. There's no stipulations. It's just they need to come with a fire extinguisher. They need to have a smoke detector and a CO2. That's it. That's like as far as the regulation goes. As far
Yeah,
as
but
the wire,
the plug just doesn't seem like, I mean, whether it's a code or not, if
no,
someone's installing electrical in whatever that you're going to be plugging things in, I feel like that just makes sense not to
let
do
me
it
tell you.
that way, and that should be against the law.
Let me tell you how this works. So these manufacturers, especially during COVID, this is a 2024. So it's still COVID-ish area when they hired. Oh, you can hammer some drywall. Come on in. You gonna work in our factory. Like,
Yeah.
oh, You know how to plug in you know how to screw in a light bulb? Come on in. You're gonna work on electrical. Like there was really no there is no quality control outside of what happens in the warehouse. Oh, it passed the test, send it on down the road. Like there's no type of regulations. So most times what happens is these things, the electrical is the first, it's in a whole different part of the warehouse. The electrician comes in, the electrical gets laid, they do all the stuff, they do all the wiring. Okay, fine. Now that it goes down the road to the plumbing. Oh, we got to get this unit needs to be out in 84 hours, 87 hours, whatever the time limit is. Oh, we got to get it needs to get on the showroom floor by this date. Like we need to get it to this. So, oh, well, okay, everything looks good here for electrical. Okay, come on, plumber, let's come on in and put the plumbing in. Like that's basically what it is.
Yeah, I would own that warehouse.
I know.
My name would be on. It would be Camp Couture warehouse because you got
honestly, like, and also too, not I'm definitely not making any excuses for them, but apparently this is the point of contention because there's an actual group for our floor plan because this was a brand new floor plan for this brand, and they redid it for the like 2025s and up, so it's not even like that in 2024s. Since we're going to RV school, we're going to figure it out. But I'm thinking about at least just going to Lowe's and getting like one of those clear outdoor covers to screw over the top of it to keep the water from at least getting directly onto it. Like it's a waterproof thing.
Number one, I would recommend they have weather tight or weatherproof plugs. That's the first thing I would recommend. That get plugs that can take they're meant to be outdoors. That may help you. I don't know how handy you are, but I would move that outlet. I would literally relocate it. I would get it out of wherever it is and put it up on the side. I would not have it under.
That's one of the things we want to tackle when we get to RV school. Because this way, at least this way we'll have some guidance to make sure we're, as we're learning this, we're putting it in a way that's like efficient and making sure we can put it on the wall. Because the thing is, the way that, we might be able to put it on the wall. Now I think about it, we probably can put it on the wall. But right now I just have I have a towel kind of like draped around it because we've had the only reason I even know about the outlet, even paying attention, they had a partition that was a diagonal partition that my husband unscrewed because we had a leak. Like the plumbing started leaking. And so we moved that out the way and we saw like there's an outlet right there.
That's what my bathroom is. That's why I can't wait to redo it. It's so dumb in there.
So yeah, like we're definitely going to probably get a better outlet and kind of use like I'm not sure if you ladies have an outdoor plug, like an outdoor outlet on your RV that has the little club cover over it. So I'm thinking about getting like something like that maybe to kind of help. But they don't care about how they put these things together. They just throw them together with some tape and say,
let's say y'all supposed to be outside anyway. This is just to get y'all.
Y'all supposed to be outdoors. We ain't making it for y'all to live in it. This is supposed to be occasional camping.
Right.
This is just for fun. Yeah. Kiki, do you have a question for you? What thermostat do you use in your camper that allows you to control it from your phone?
My actual thermostat, I haven't got that one yet. What I have is a thermometer so I can monitor the temperature in my rig. But I don't that I can do for my phone, but I haven't put the one in that will work.
What's the name of that one?
Let me look it up.
The thermometer.
The thermometer.
Oh, Govee. Govee.
Oh yeah, I love Govee. I have other lights.
You said Gove?
2 E's.
Okay.
Yep. I think it's called HI 5100 if I'm not mistaken. Definitely get those. And they actually are outdoor rated as well. So you can put it under your rig. You can put it in your storage compartment. You could put it wherever you want to monitor the temperature of something with just a glance at your phone. I would recommend getting those.
Smart.
Yeah. But yeah, that leads into, unless we had other topics, I wanted to just cover the maintenance and
go ahead.
So yeah, for me, my recommendations for maintenance of your rig and RVs, get duplicates. I said that earlier. Get duplicates of anything that's imperative for you to use to have your RV up and running. Surge protectors, fuses, sewer hoses,
I'm
what
about to put
else?
that in my cart right now. Those fuses, because both of y'all said it, and I need to remember.
Um, leveling blocks. Like you just don't realize you may forget one leveling block, and then you get to your new spot, and you're like, oh, come on. So if you
Yeah.
have an extra set, yeah, you just never know. What else do I have in my rig that I absolutely love? Um, screws. Like you never know when you're gonna need. Just go to Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever you shop, and get a variety pack of screws, wood screws, because you need some short ones, you may need some long ones, and make sure you just go get a drill. Like really, you don't have to go get a Milwaukee or a DeWalt or whatever. You can get a little $15 one, just something to get you out of whatever you're gonna find yourself into. Um, learn your rig, like really learn as much as you can. If you're just sitting there watch a YouTube video, how to fix this, how to fix that, because the last thing you want to do is be hit with a surprise. Like with me, not only did my fridge die, my gate valve on my black tank is stuck open. So hold on, your husband said start looking into another power cord and screws. I said that.
Yeah, I think I don't know why he's just. I think he's just trying to help the cat at this point. I
Okay,
think I don't know.
gotcha. Um, so my gate valve is
Oh,
stuck
there's a
open.
delay. Sorry, there's a delay. He probably hasn't
Oh,
heard that yet because there's a delay. There's like a 10 or 15-second delay. So he probably hasn't heard you say that
oh yes,
yet.
yep. I'm looking at it now. Yep. Thank you. See, great minds. Um, my gate valve is stuck open, and I had already learned or watched a YouTube video how to get under there and do it. So I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be fun, but I already know. So being flexible, understanding that things will happen, it's not gonna be the end of the world. People have had the same issue before. You're not gonna be the first. You're not the first. You're not gonna be the last. So don't get overwhelmed when things go wrong, because they inevitably are going to go wrong. You got to think about it. The purpose of these things are not permanent. They're not brick and mortar. They're going to flex. They're especially if you living it full time and you're moving it often, things are going to break. So I said no. That was a reminder to myself. Okay, fine. Maybe we can make
Yeah,
people.
he was talking about, we were actually talking about screws because when he worked in the RV repair shop, he was like, "Did you not see how many screws they had?" I was like, "Yeah," because we're getting an inventory together what we want to carry on hand as RV repair techs. You know, like
Ah,
the things that we want to make sure we carry. And he was like, "We're gonna have to have so many screws. We don't got the space for that." I'm like, "Babe, we just got to get the most basic screws. We don't have to have all
yeah.
of them. I mean,
No,
we
because
Right.
I
do."
can't stand those ones with the squid. Like you could tell what has been changed in your art. Well, if you buy used, you can tell what's been changed in your RV based on the screw. Like I cannot stand the manufacturing screws because it's a square, and so that I'm like changing the bit on my electric screwdriver or my drill, whatever, because of those square heads or whatever. But then when you see something that has been modified, it'll have like a regular screw on it. I'm like, look, whoever get this next gonna have regular screws because I'm not playing with these squares. If you want to change it, you can have a regular screw, you can get a regular Phillips, whatever. But I did get one in here that said make sure you have an impact drill and
I was
sockets.
going to say that
Yeah.
impact
Mm-hmm.
drill
Yep.
because
Yep.
we learned the hard way last year up to Michigan. We've been RVing now for almost 3.5 years, and we experienced two blowouts in one trip.
Mm.
Two different, same side but two different tires, and we didn't have. Well, luckily my husband had an impact drill. Like he got that. That was the first thing they told him at the RV service center he worked in. You need an impact drill. So for Father's Day, I got him like the drill set and all that stuff. But we didn't have the stuff to change out our tire. Like we didn't have.
The sockets.
No, we didn't even have the stand,
Jack.
the jack. There we go.
The
See,
jack. Okay.
the jack, and we didn't have the 4-way. Like I had the 4-way. You got the 4-way socket thing. It's like a 4-way tool. It's like silver, and you turn it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
we didn't have none of that. Like we didn't have anything. So of course we had to rely on, and we didn't have an air pump to make sure our spare tire had enough air in it. So like when we got to Michigan, we made sure we had that, because we could have helped with the first. The second one we couldn't have, because our spare was already used at that point. But it, having the things that you need to have definitely will come in handy. We even have a battery, like emergency battery starter for like our truck, in case we absolutely need to like jump our truck. And because we've been in situations where we might have needed it. I would say like other maintenance things, like you need to get like the slide. My husband knows what I'm talking about. The slide. It's like it's for the I don't know the actual words for them. See, I suck at this, but my husband knows what I'm talking about. They're like the flaps that go on the slide. So when it goes in, you want the flaps to go in.
Rubber part, yeah.
Yeah, there's a specific word for them, but I forget what they're called. I want to think they're called
that flap fan thing. I don't know.
professional saying,
we might be some little RVers, but we're still girls, and that's the name for it.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna be an RV inspector. That's gonna be part of my I think it's called seals. No, not seals. They're not the seals. There's something else.
Seal sounds right. That sounds right.
No, but they're actually no flex seals. He said
gasket.
No, not gasket. He said flex seals.
Oh,
flex seals.
Well, yeah, seal. See, you got part of it right.
Yeah, but they or sweep seals. I've also heard them as sweep seals too. Flap seals? He's talking to me on my watch. I'm sorry.
We don't want real terms. The black rubber flappy thing.
I said flap seals. I said it. You're delayed. You're hearing us a little bit after we're talking about it. So I heard you. He's still trying to correct.
My dad says seals too.
But there's multiple types of seals. There's 4 different. I do remember this. There's 4 different types of seals on the slide, and you got to make sure. So when you order, like when you're replacing or maintaining your seals, you got to make sure you know which ones you're doing. I have to get used to using these terms, because as an inspector, I'm going to be having to inspect these type of things. But they're the ones at the top, the sweep seals. They go when you bring in your slide, they change direction. You want to make sure you're maintaining those. So you need to get. Well, this is for all the seals, all the rubber that you have. There's a silicone, and there's a specific kind of silicone that you need to do to lubricate that. It's a can, and there's some good brands. I would just say just do research, read the reviews, and I'm not going to be like try this brand, because each brand is pretty good. I will say the T9. Hello, you need to get that. Don't get
the T9.
Do not use what is it? What's the other version of it? The
WD-40.
Yeah, WD-40. It's not made for the. And I only learned about T9 working in the service center. WD-40 is okay, but WD-40 will also dry out. Yeah, that comes in handy. You can use. And it actually says it on there, specific for RVs. It's specific for RVs, whereas WD-40 is for pretty much anything. We use it all the time for like lubing up our hitch. We've lubed up our awning. It was making this weird creaking noise. Our door and all that stuff, and it doesn't leave all that residue that like 40 would.
I love it. I told her I could not get out of my.
I'm putting that in my cart.
I could not use my stairs coming out of my bedroom, and I was telling her that, and she was like, try it out. When I had to make a video, because, and I should have did like my initial reaction, because I had already like played with it before like recording whatever, so I didn't have the first reaction. But when I say I was not using those stairs at all, because it was so hard to put down. I put that spray on there, it is like just as easy as my regular stairs, so it really does work.
Yeah, we swear by that. Like that stuff. Like if my husband watching, so if he has any ideas that he likes to, because he knows a lot more about the maintenance side, because when he was out there in the trenches working in the service thing, and he is going to be the more of the hands-on technician. But also, you also want to make sure you have different types of sockets and different types of like wrenches. Anything emergency. Oh, there's roofing tape. It's called. There's a specific tape that you want to have. It's just it's good. It's specific for roofing repair. You want lap sealant. You want sealant lap sealant for your roof, you want it to be auto leveling. You want it to this one is a brand that you do want to get, Dicor. That's the brand. That's something you always just want to have a tube of those on hand, because you never know, you could accidentally scratch the roof with a branch, something could fall like an acorn or something and cause some type of tear in the actual fabric. You want Dicor, the Dicor self leveling sealant, because it auto levels, it makes it automatically forms the way it needs to form. You don't have to use any tools, you don't have to do anything. You just pour it on and it automatically will settle the way it needs to. This stuff is like gold. I will definitely say this is something they use in the RV repair shop all the time, to the point that the owner, when we were leaving, he's like, here, take 2 bottles. I want you guys to be safe, because these things are not cheap. It's like $40 a bottle. $40 for one of those silicone things, but it's so worth it. You want to make sure you're protecting your roof. Then there's also butyl tape. You want to make sure you have that. That's more so for when you have your fan, or anything that's on your roof that the tape might be coming off. You might need to like scrape that off before you put the sealant down, the silicone down, and all the lap sealant and all that stuff. You want to put that butyl tape down, because that gives it extra adhesive to hold it to the roof. Silicone for like sealing around your windows, because you need to how many, let me ask y'all ladies this, how many times do y'all condition y'all seals around your windows?
I haven't.
Okay, you should be doing that once a year at the minimum, because
I do need to get back to my maintenance though.
Yeah, so you get that spray that I tell you about. It's called, it's like window and seal conditioning spray, and it's like a not oily substance, but it's a substance that will help condition those seals to prevent them from cracking, because you don't want any cracks in your seals. But also too, you want to make sure you check that silicone, because as time, the silicone from the vibration moving your RV down the road, it shakes that window away from the connection of the siding. So you want to take that silicone and you want to take it and put it on the outside, and take your finger and kind of like push it into the crevices, and make sure you're keeping that seal, because also that's a way of air escaping or getting, either way, coming in or getting out, rodents,
Right.
that type of stuff. And it also messes with the integrity of the structure. I do, like, this is stuff I remember seeing just when I was processing invoices and stuff at this RV service shop. Mind you, we need to actually get on the ball.
My back door has a and it's helped for having like the magnetic cover or whatever, but I have noticed that door in my bedroom has like a draft because of that separation in there. And I noticed that only when I covered the valance or whatever above the doors, and it's like a huge gap on that one compared to the one at my front door.
Yeah. And so those are like tools that you can have on hand at any given time. Like you want to have them, because you rather have them and not need them than to need them and not have them, because you might be in a place that does not have any of that stuff, and you don't want to have to drive 40 some miles to get to the nearest RV place. Like where we are, we would have to drive like 40 some miles to get to an RV place to have them, or wait for Amazon to deliver. So those are like really important maintenance tips. Also with your tires, and just making sure you have a good TPMS on your RV trailer. We finally broke down and got a really, really, really good one. It was an investment, but we have a somewhat of a TPMS on our truck. We had nothing on the RV, and because we did have our last one failed, because we went cheap. Granted, I got it free off the TikTok shop, so I was supposed to do a review on it, and I did not, because I was like, I'm not reviewing this. I don't do negative reviews, because my thing is, if I don't review it, I don't need to do a negative review about it. Like, I'm not one of the, I can't stand negative reviews. It's like,
unless it's terrible, then I'm somebody don't buy crap.
But I mean, the thing is that I'm not gonna promote it as something, is what I'm saying. Like some people still will do a negative review, but here's the cart if you want to buy it. Like, why?
Oh no, not a video review. I mean, like on the store themselves. Like,
oh yeah, I did do that. I did do one of those, but we invested in one that was like it's all in my Amazon store. Like I have a whole thing of RV stuff, but I have this tire. This tire pressure monitor is in our cart, and it's called Gouda, Guta. We got the color monitor because honestly, the black and white monitor, to me, I feel like it's so hard to read. So we did spend the extra $75 for the color monitor, but I love it because it takes 10 seconds to pair. You can pair you can expand and get actual like up to 10 valves on this one. They have one that's up to 18, so you can have 18 wheelers can have them, but it's instant, and it's like wireless, so I can carry the controller with me anywhere I go. It tells you the temperature of the tire and the actual tire pressure. You can set your low rate, like you can set it to where if it gets too low, or like below whatever, because I think for us it's below 65. I believe if the pressure's below 65, we want to fill it back up, like and then because in your tow vehicle has a different tire pressure rating, so you want to make sure in that. And so that has been a huge relief because we know it. We've tested it. We've actually just taken one off completely, and it like lets us know. Like it lets us know. Like last time when our tire went flat, had we were already the second time when our tire went flat, had we had not stopped to go to the bathroom and go get gas and go get food, we would have just kept on rolling, and we would have had this daggone flat tire. We just happened to stop, and as I'm always looking out my window because I do the towing. I'm always looking out the window. And I happened to look, and I was like, we got another flat tire back there. I can't tell if it's the first or the back, but I could just tell something's flat back there. So we pull in, and we just strictly on the rim, basically, like it was, the tire was there, but it was just flat,
Wow.
So like having that peace of mind, because it just showed the tire pressure was still normal on our old one. I'm like, the gah of you, like, how dare you?
I need to do that, but I also need to get it for my truck because I have larger. I got different rims or tires or whatever from my grandpa that are bigger for my truck. So the sensor is not reading because the ones that I have on there are not made for my year truck. So they don't work. So I had them turned off, but I really do need to get them because that is like the worst.
If you get the one that I was just telling you about, we got the 4-pack. They go all the way up to, like I said, 10. You can get 4, 6, 8. They come in different denomination, like is however many you need. Like we only need 4, so you can get 4, like I said, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I would say, look, just get one, that way they're all together, and then you could just you don't have to pay attention to the ones that are on the trailer because the trailer's sitting still.
So you have you have the same ones on your truck and on your trailer?
No, we don't, but I'm saying, like, if we needed that, we would have done that. We do have our truck does have its own TPMS already, but I'm saying, like, if we needed that, we can always get the sensors and all we have to do is pair them, because it's simple. Like, you tap the monitor to the thing when it's in pairing mode, and then you just change on the diagram where you want each sensor to be, and then it goes that way.
And how much were those?
The ones we got was like $250.
Okay, then that would make sense, because it's like what, $260, $265 for me to get all new sensors put on my truck. So if I'm gonna pay $250 to get a pack of 10 to also connect to my camper, I might as well do that.
I think it might be a little more with if you do. I would just say go ahead and just get 8. You don't need the extra. Just get 8.
Well, yeah.
I think it's like, I think that one's like $316, but that's including the monitor, and it's also
the monitor.
So that's also part of maintenance too, is making sure.
And you install them yourself?
Yeah, you just screw them on. You just screw them on the tire valve. That's it.
Oh, okay.
They just replace the top of the tire valve. That's it.
Yeah.
And they work really, really good. And also, too, part of maintenance is when you're sitting stationary, which we have not, put your tire covers on, because sun eats away at tires more than you know, and that can also cause a major problem in your tires. So.
Sorry, I was reconnecting, but yeah, I need to get tire covers.
Yeah.
You still sound like a beginner right now. I need to get.
I mean, because like I'm either moving, like I said, like we be joking in our chat, but Virginia has weird weather. So like I'm just something like I grew up in Virginia. I grew up in this specific part of Virginia. I am too part of the problem on why we do not prepare for the weather, because none of us take it seriously. It could say it's going to snow that morning. Like when you were sending us all that, I was like, I know what area she's talking about. That's not coming down here. And it was all in Northern Virginia. Gets all the weather that they say Virginia is going to get. It's DC. That's not Virginia. That's not Virginia. So when they say that, I be like, yeah, we're not getting that. We might get some wind, some rain, but it don't really be that bad. And the time that we did get snow, I had my skirting on, so I was fine. But it's like, but you can kind of plan for that too. Like, and when we do get it, it's like, okay, we'll get rain, we'll get snow, but then it's like some flurries, and then in the middle of the night, it's 80 degrees. Like, Virginia is just so weird. So yeah, it sounds like I'm beginner, but it's just like I just don't take Virginia weather seriously.
Well, you're an RVer, ma'am. You need to take that seriously.
I know. I need to keep it. But honestly, if I wasn't in Virginia, I definitely wouldn't be nowhere with snow. If I had to choose.
No. But I mean, the tires are also just, the covers are for like even sun, because UV rays eat away at the rubber, and if they're exposed to a lot of moisture, if they're exposed to, you're sitting still, so that also causes its own problems with the tires.
Yeah.
That's just more so like just that's preventative maintenance. Like, you want to try to stretch out the life of your tire as much as possible. So keeping them covered and keeping them away from being exposed to the elements as much as possible is like one of the things that you can do. I think that's as far as, I don't even want to talk about propane. I have to learn about that. I don't want to talk about it, but I know there's a maintenance things that you need to do with that too. There's certain things you're supposed to do.
Making sure that they're still in service, or that they can still be serviced, because that what is it, 5 years, once that time goes out, like I ran into that issue of getting propane and he couldn't service it because it was just older. But it was also one, like, and that's from my experience, maybe not you guys, but like from my experience of like getting older RVs that they're coming with your propane tanks, immediately get them either service or get new ones if you're getting a used RV. So for mine, using the ones that were already coming with it, that other one needed to be serviced, so I ended up just replacing that one, and then just keeping up with that, but also making sure you have your caps on your propane tank too when you're going to get them refilled. Those would be mine, but just making sure you're still within that service to be able to get them serviced.
And then periodically check your hoses to get a spray bottle of soap and water. Make sure that there's no leaks. You know, if you can tell if there's a leak because it will start bubbling up. That's just something that, you know, we have to remember to do ourselves. Like, we rarely ever do that. There was another one that was actually pretty good, but now I can't remember what it is. But yeah, that is those are good ideas about, you know, when it comes to your propane, is make sure they're still serviceable, because we bought our RV new both times, and of course they have, you know, new tanks on them. Actually, we replaced our last two from our first RV because we wanted the one with it'll tell you how much was left inside of the propane, like you have left to go into it. But now we just kind of gotten used to, we don't use it as much. We use it mainly for hot water and for, like, you know, showering or washing clothes, and then I use it for baking, but for cooking I hardly ever even use it. We use it for heat, to heat our underbelly mainly, because, you know, we want the freezing temperatures and stuff like that. So
we've got some, I think we gave a crash course tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like last week we told you guys all the nice stuff, like, oh, why we do this and what we love about it and community. And then today was like, all right, take out your pen and pencils. It's plumbing, electric, maintenance time.
Yes, seriously. Yeah. But it's important stuff, because it's stuff that people, that's one thing about, I mean, people do talk about it on like social media, but I think a lot of times people don't understand what it's like until you're into it. And you can only, you know, talk about it so much, but I think when people start realizing how serious you should take it, like, be prepared for this. My husband gets on me all the time because he's like, you're always preparing for the worst. I'm like, we live in an RV, we gotta prepare for the worst. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So you know, just, you know, and just know things are going to happen, and you just gotta just kind of roll with it and try not to stress out, which is like easier said than done. But it's like, you know, especially when it's your house and you're like, oh my God, what is gonna happen?
I think it has definitely taught me more patience, though. Like, there are, because it's a smaller space, because like in my head, with a house can burn down as well too. But with the propane being on my RV, and then gas lines, and then electric, it's so many things that are just in a small space that makes me anxious. But with being in an RV, it has taught me patience, that I cannot overreact with things. Like, you just get it done. Get it
Yep.
done and get done quickly and get it done right the first time. Ask the
Yep.
questions that you need to ask and just do it. Whereas like usually I'd be like, what am I gonna do? Why is this? Da, 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 da? And it'd be a big space. I have this big space that I have to take care of. And it's just a lot. Whereas like RV, something will happen. I'll call my dad. I'm just like, all right, so I have this. Here's a picture of it. What do I need to do? What do I need to go get? What store do you think would be best? And I'm like trying to keep calm because I cannot mess this up. Like nobody is coming. There is no maintenance man coming.
Right.
So I need to make sure I'm asking the right questions and I'm staying calm because it has to get done, which is
Yeah.
really why I don't be recording because I'm like I cannot mess this
Yeah.
up. There's nobody else
Right.
assisting
Yeah.
me. There's
We're
no
in the midst
cameraman
of it.
following me do this.
Right.
Yeah. I will say, like, honestly, I saw a meme the other day. I hope I can find it. It was like, it says something about where our generation is built on, like, how our nervous system has survived our generation, and then we decided to go live in an RV. Screw a nervous system.
Just forget it. You know, we used to stress out about apartments and where we were gonna be and all these things, and now we're just literally in a matchbox,
Yes.
waiting for something to happen.
And then you're
But we're
trying
here
to
for
figure
the
out.
views.
You have to figure out where you're going to go. Oh gosh, it's weather. Are we going to blow over? Like, you are adding a whole new level of unnecessary, like,
Yeah.
but you know what? Hey, I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything because honestly,
100%.
like, it's so worth it. I'm like, if I'm a stress out, I'd rather stress out about something that's giving me more joy than anything than stressing out over something that I can't control at all. Like,
Literally, it is. You know how hard, like, throughout life, it's always been like, high school and you go to college and you join organizations, things like that. And people always ask you, the icebreaker question, like, tell us something that nobody knows. And this is my thing. So, like, that's like the first thing I'm just like, the two truths and a lie kind of thing. And like, again, we got that question earlier on my TikTok and I forgot to answer, but it was like, do people like in your work know that you live in an RV? And it's like, no, but it's like the more people like, in my immediate office, yeah. But like when I'm going to conferences in different states and things like that, and I'm like meeting people and we're doing the whole two truths and a lie and like, or tell us something that you don't think we know about you. And like the way I dress for work and what they assume an RVer looks like, it baffles them. They're like, you? And then they don't see when I get there, so they don't see my truck. So it's like, you what? How does that work? And and then they always assume I'm parked at some sketchy trailer park. Like I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. I'm not there. What are you talking about? Like this is what my background looks. But it's like they don't think that initially, but like that has become my icebreaker for it because people don't think that this is a lifestyle that they could live. But at the end of the day, when I'm listening to people talk, like, for obviously I'm in construction and we built lots of apartment buildings for one, or senior living, and when we're going to tour them, especially like right before they're open for the public, we're looking at these apartments and they're gorgeous apartments. I mean, obviously we built them, but they're gorgeous apartments, but they're thousands of dollars for studio apartments or a one bedroom apartment. And I'm sitting here walking this job site like this is an incredible place to live, but the amenities and everything is still not enough for me to want to pay $3,000 for a one bedroom apartment.
Right.
It's like, so when I'm thinking about it, I'm like walking through the job site and I'm like, oh, this is great. And like, the girls, we're on the job site, women in construction. We're on the job site and we're just like, oh my God, I can live here. Da, da, da. And I'm just looking at them like, nah.
You're right.
You can't pay me to go back to an apartment paying $3,000-$4,000 for a one bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
And then you see like the videos on TikTok.
I wouldn't even pay that for a house. Like,
right.
I'm like, our house is nowhere near that. Our house is like only like maybe like 17 or 18 a month, and that's only because we refinanced it. It was 11. So I'm like, first of all, if my apartment rent is more than a house, I'm sorry, I'd rather just get a house. But I just, at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to have to pay to go on vacation. Like, I already have to pay to go on vacation. I don't want to have to pay to go on vacation. Like, I don't want to have to take off. I'm already taking off from work. Then I have to pay to leave my comfy bed to go sleep in another bed that I don't know if it's comfy. And then I got to pack. And then I got to come back and do the same thing over and over again. No, can we just find work across the country or work for ourselves and work for other companies that we can just take this with us? Because that way, I still remember, like, especially on travel days, it still hits me. I'm like, dang, I left this in RV. I can't believe I left this at home. RV's behind you.
Yeah, I do that all the
It's a
time.
mentality. It's a mentality.
Yeah.
And now, ever since I changed my bed, I'll be judging every hotel now. I'm like, look, because my bed, I did that. Let me tell you something. I be in my bed not wanting to get up. I don't do it. And usually in the morning when it's like cold, you don't want to get out. No, it don't matter if it's cold, hot,
I'm gonna
nothing. That bed.
have to send my husband your video because he's a big person on beds. And like I told him, I was like, babe, look, I was like, I need to get a duvet cover for this. He's like, a duvet cover. I was like, yeah, you wouldn't know, some CC.
I literally like every time I get out of the shower and I'm like, I got all my small goods on. And when I get in that bed and I see how like the girl, I'm thinking about it right now. I'm thinking about it right now. When I tell you I did that bed, I did that bed. And so now I'm at hotels. I'm like,
Right. No, you're 100% right. 100% right.
But no, I couldn't go back to it. I wouldn't feel comfortable. It's like I loved my first apartment. Loved it. Luxury apartment in the city. And I really enjoyed it, but I also got it at a time where prices were not skyrocketing. I think when I first got into that apartment, I was like kind of grandfathered in or whatever to my price. So people coming in were paying $3,000, but I was still paying like $1,100 a month. But I had been there for 3 years. So it wasn't like changing as much as new people coming in. And now when I go back to it, I'm like, no, why would I do that? Like I like when people are going, I'm like, definitely get your own place, do the thing. But I love telling people that this is an option. Yes. It's like if you just get out of your head about it, you get out of what people are gonna think about it, and you get into the bag of like, I get to do what I want to because I'm not paying $3,000-$4,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment.
Right.
That you have so many rules and stipulations for. Like, yes, this is a lot more work, but I own it. I'm not financing this. I own it. The only debt that I have is for my truck or a little credit card or whatever, but I'm not paying $1,000 plus utilities plus renter's insurance plus internet. Well, I have internet, but like little stuff like that just keeps stacking on. Then I have a dog, so then I would have to go back to paying what was I paying? $45 a month for a pet fee, and then the security deposit up front for $300 some dollars, $400 some dollars. I'm like, what? Merlot live here. I wish I would pay. I wish I would pay for another pet deposit for my dog to stay in my apartment. Like, I can't do it. I love looking at them. I love going to new buildings that we build and seeing the amenities and seeing where they are in the city. But I cannot wrap my head around paying that much again. With the freedom that I have now and doing this almost 3 years now, my budget will be like, yo.
And then if you don't have assigned parking, you got to fight for parking. You got to deal with. It's like I could pull right up front to my RV. I ain't got to worry about nobody parking in my place. Like I ain't got to worry about it. I mean, you still gonna deal with neighbors, but you're gonna deal with that no matter where you go.
Yeah.
I mean, but I feel like here though, most times people kind of respect your space more than they do in an apartment or a house or anything. They respect your area, like, and it's more open here. You would think it wouldn't be, but people kind of, for the most part, can't say it all the time, but for the most part, it's everybody respects everybody's space. Like, and it's, I don't know, it's just something. I know, Cece, I know you maybe even with you, Kiki, being that you guys are solo, you guys might do it a little differently, but I love, like, when I go outside and go for walks, waving to people, and people come over and talk. And we sit outside by the fire, like, especially at our last place, and we were in Michigan, people come up and hang out with us, and while we're sitting outside, hey, you want to, granted we did work with these people, but still, like, how many times you hang out with your coworkers when you go, when you get off from work? We was like every day, like almost, we was all like coming around each other, sitting around fireplace, and just have fun, just hang out, go sit down by the beach and watch fireworks. Like, it was just, it's that closeness, that connection that you're building with people that like-minded. You could be in a house and you don't get that. You don't. You work with people every day. And you might not hang out with them hardly ever, besides company events.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me.
when I rented, I was renting a house, and out of the door, I was paying like $2,700 a month, and I never would have been so lonely. Like, My neighbors, I had neighbors. It was a very nice neighborhood, and people walk their dogs, but they walk their dogs and be like, you try to wave at them, they like not looking at you. I'm like, what? But like it's crazy. The smaller the size, the bigger people's heart grew, and I
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
love
good.
that. So I drive by people's houses and I'm like, that looks like a big prison. I'm sorry, houses look like big prisons to me now. So I'm like, you that's not the flex you think it is. Like it
Mm-mm.
doesn't get me anymore. I don't care how unless they have acreage. I'm like, how big your land is.
That's what I was gonna say. Thinking about Alexis and Deirdre, like even when I think about the land that I want, I can't think past my RV. Like
Right.
I still want the land. I want my horses. I'm thinking about the round pen. I'm thinking about the indoor outdoor arena. I'm thinking about the garden. I'm thinking about a well. Like I'm thinking about trails, the area that I'm gonna do my outdoor dinner parties, like things like that. But I cannot see the house.
You're thinking of a
Right.
Like
barn
I'm
dominium.
okay with being.
A barn dominium.
You're
That's
thinking
what
of a barn dominium, like where you could park
I
your RV.
cannot. Yeah, but all I'm thinking about is like I'm okay with staying in my RV while I get all that prepared. I do want an A-frame tiny house because like eventually I would like when I'm married again, have children, all that stuff. Like I would want a bigger house for the family and keep that A-frame in the back, like for my parents or whoever my child wants to live on the property. They've got a A-frame tiny house in the back or whatever like that. But when I'm thinking about the land that I want and hoping, praying that I get it soon, I'm like, okay, I'll just put
That is
my RV on the land.
gorgeous. I'm sorry.
he's such a jerk.
Your cat is gorgeous. Like it's not like
Thank
a
you.
standard cat color. Like I'm allergic to cats, but I still like them.
Oh yeah. He's a
Yeah,
jerk. That's a
that's a
jerk.
good idea, Cece. But like if we ever get land, or if the people in our housing development stop being such buttheads and we can park our RV behind our house, I would love to get like a because I'm like, why? It's my land. Like we pay for it. Why can't we park as long as it's on our property? I can see, okay, you don't want it in the driveway. Well, we have a big behind yard and we have a corner lot, so why can't we park it inside of our fenced in yard?
Right.
Why can't we? But anyway, I would love if we can't do that, and like we decide to sell and we decide to get some land, because this is something that my husband and I haven't really discussed outside the house, like what we were going to do with that. But if we ever decided to get some land and like settle but be able to still do, like, there's actually a couple I follow, they're called Dodge Squad. They have a big fifth wheel that they live in on their land, and they have a barn dominium over it. So they have a outdoor area, and then they use the indoor area in their RV, like inclement weather or whatever. But then they have a regular travel trailer they use to go travel the country in. So they never really leave RV life.
Oh.
Yeah, they never
You
leave RV.
you gotta share their profile. That
I definitely will.
And that's what I would probably do. Like put a destination trailer on the land and then continue traveling in this one.
Yep. That may work. That may work. For me,
because you can't move those much anyway.
For me, I think I want my landing space. I think I want to do an RV park basically, and it's going to be themed for people that look like me, like whatever that looks like. Have it be more inviting, and what I have found is beneficial to me to being on the road, or like you guys, or have that same idea, and maybe me and whoever want to have a community, we just have our RV around each other, because as I age, with me, I don't have um there's no children, I don't really have family. So I would love to age in a community, and I have to build that. So that's where I want to do.
Okay.
We can go into construction, electric business, and get our certificates. We can make this thing work.
My husband just told me some information I ain't ever heard him say. Land is the goal. Okay. I'm learning new stuff tonight because I didn't even know that.
Worker, we
I can't. But this has been so much fun, ladies. We're gonna have to get on the schedule for April, and see what we can do for April. I'll still be in school.
2 months in a row. We've been doing good.
I know. I definitely will say this. I will be on regular people time. Like I will be in the land of the living, working going forward. So we'll be in school Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So we have bankers hours. We have
Yeah.
CC hours. CC and Kiki's hours. But
Right. Listen.
but so I'm good for any of the weekends and anything like that. Even after on Friday night after 5, I'm good for that. Um, I appreciate you ladies for you know, pouring back into this community that we're building amongst us, because like I said, it's growing, and I think the more that we are consistent, I know it's hard to, but that's why I also wanted to grow, because it's so much easier to have, you know, multiple ladies versus just like 2 or 1, because it builds more of a conversational environment, and it also, you know, our audiences get, each of our audiences kind of get used to seeing each other, and then like that brings more people to follow you, and vice versa. We, you know, people start following each other. So
Right.
I don't think, was there anything else that we needed to touch on, or
I was going back through our comments, but no more questions.
yeah,
No, but
I forgot to do a
Amber,
Q&A.
your husband said need to start building a compound for our people to thrive peacefully. Yes, amen. All of
That's
that.
it.
That's been his goal lately. He's been looking at that. So probably we also been talking about possibly leaving the country. You know, never know what what things are
You
going.
never know.
But
That's
but
been my family. All of us getting, because we all have RVs, so that's been the plan of us finding a big enough land for us all to have our RV. We
see, I
built one
wish we
plot that
had.
covers.
The
Because
count.
I've been seeing that a lot of people having their campers like in a fort, and they build something over it, and that way,
Yep.
like my mom is always talking about, yeah, because like in the wintertime we'll have a wood burning stove, because in her family home they have a wood burning stove. So when Isabella came and knocked all the power out and we were in the country, we had a wood burning stove to like cook on top of inside the house. So like
Oh,
she wants one of those in the enclosure, so that way, like, oh yeah, you can keep your RV doors open and we won't have to worry about propane and things like that. And then
that
as
would be
you're
amazing.
ready and you put your money aside, you can build your house on the land. So that's been the goal for my dad, but they're the last ones that are still in a house. So once
Right.
they sell their house, then we can start.
Right.
Yes.
Let's yeah, I think we covered all of our topics. I'm
We
looking
did.
it over.
Yeah,
Yep.
we just like kind of just doing that. I was doing the key. I just started off kind of with the key takeaway, not realizing that's what I was doing.
Right. So, and then CC, you want to give a shout out and get us?
Oh wait, I'm rereading.
Okay.
Because I don't think I was looking at the right thing. um, our pages, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Action. Okay, so make sure you follow all of us on all of our platforms: Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Our screen names are on here. Don't forget our other sisters, Alexis and Deirdre, the Stained Glass Retreat, and the Wells family underscore for life and we're all on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And then follow Rollin With My Sistas on all platforms, including Facebook, which is Black Sistas Rollin, which
Yes.
I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting the name all the time. But Black Sistas Rollin on Facebook and Rollin With My Sistas on all other platforms. So make sure you
Yes. And
follow us.
also, to make it a little easier, I forgot. I did go in TikTok and Instagram for the Rolling with My Sisters and put all of our socials for those platforms in our bio. So all they do is
Ah,
have to do is click on our names, and they will take them right to our pages. So that way, since it's so many now, I want to make sure everybody's seen. So if you're watching on TikTok, you're watching on Instagram, if you're watching on YouTube, all of the sisters profiles are in. If you go to the Rolling with My Sisters on TikTok and Instagram, if you're watching on YouTube for Rolling with My Sisters, everybody's profiles are in the main description for that. So,
Perfect.
but yeah,
So if you don't remember any of our names or platforms, please remember Rolling With My Sisters is the name of our group. If you remember, then you'll find the rest of us there.
right.
yes, yes.
So then it's me.
So
My favorite moment or takeaway from today's live. There were so many. Like today, like you said, CC, It was a notepad and pen live. Like, I hope that you guys have pinned this. I hope we're gonna share excerpts, but the maintenance for me, like the maintenance and the preparedness, because like you said, it's the other side of, oh, now I got an RV and it's all nice and pretty. There is another, that upkeep that you have to keep on top of, and we gave so many tips and tricks, and that is only the tip of the iceberg. We could have probably had another 2 hours of just that, but that was my favorite of this live.
Yep.
Agreed. We put it down today. All the tips, all the tricks. We got reality of RV life. Y'all are such we hating on the romantic part. We hating on the romantic part. We don't want to see the
I
kids.
love it.
Okay, well,
I love it. I love it. I love the way you do it, because you make it so. I'm like, how can I make my RV look like that? I'm trying to be like Cece. I want my RV to look so romantic.
Hey,
I'm
Amber,
trying.
do you briefly share before we wrap up about the platform that we are currently using to stream on all our platforms? Megawatt is wanting to know.
Oh, it's Restream. It's called Restream, and basically it's a platform that you can connect up to. I think it's over 20 plus platforms. Like if you're a Twitcher, if you're there's other ones that outside of Facebook and YouTube and all the other ones, but there's a whole bunch. So basically you go to Restream, you set up your account, you can invite guests that can connect their accounts as well. So that's like how you're able to see CC. Kiki, we had to help get her set up. This is her first time using Restream. They could all of the guests can connect up to 2 platforms of their choice, so that when we go live, it goes live from their platforms. And then you have a recording, and then if you for small extra amount a month, you can get AI clips. So it will clip it down for you, like the key moments, and then I can share that with the group. And it also has the full on recording. If you link, and I love it too, because if you link the live to like YouTube, the video is already there. The videos are already on our YouTube for Rollin Wit My Sistas and the Veteran Nomads, because that's what I know I'm streaming my YouTube and Rollin Wit My Sistas, so that can be there to be viewed after this is done. I don't have to do anything to it, so it's already there. But yes, Restream is similar to StreamYard, but to me it's a lot better because you can stream to multiple platforms at the same time. It has cloud recording. You can also just do recording, like you don't have to stream live. You can record and then you can stream it later on when you want to do that. So you could add up to, I think, 10 guests at any time, and you can, like last week when we did our live guests, we had like, you have a green room where you can have them in the waiting area and bring them in as you need. You can change out as you need. There's also now a new feature where it's dual landscape. So we do a dual view. I have portrait and landscape. So if like you're looking at CC's TikTok, you'll see it in the landscape, but if you go to my TikTok, you'll see it in the portrait. It displays, and you can change however you want. My daughter wants me to shout her out. Hi, baby girl. She's gonna be 20 in like a little over a month.
Yeah,
no, a little less.
20.
She's gonna be 20. My
Good
Katie baby.
20 something.
Yes. So yeah, but I appreciate everybody for watching. My husband, like, this is his first time watching, and he was in there dropping some.
Wait, pause. First time watching. Don't be a hater. I don't like that.
Amber
you should have left that part out.
Right out there. Really, Amber was like,
honestly,
you just outed him for not supporting the live. And we've been doing this we just passed our year, or we're about to pass our year, and this is your first time watching. Do better. I don't like.
He's
that.
No. In his defense, though, he's not really a live. Like, he's not one person to really watch like lives. He's not. That's just he's not. So
you could just look for the views. You got the screen.
Oh, he's not a tap the screen guy either. But I will say this though, when he wanted to watch it tonight, so he's like, send me the link. I was like, got you. So I'm like one of them. I'm not one of the spouses that's like going to force my spouse to like do, like, if I know that's not his thing, I'm not going to force it, because I don't want him to resent me for something that maybe he's not interested in, and vice versa. I would want that same respect And that's also part of the boundaries thing when you have, I'm doing social media. I know he's not wanting to be on the camera 24/7. He'll do it, but I'm not going to just, babe, what are you doing? Like, that's, to me, it's disingenuous, and it doesn't come. Even I tell him, I said, babe, you do realize people watch more when you on the camera for some reason. I don't know why. I think you got some things. But
well, thanks for supporting the live this one time. Thanks for coming out of your bubble and supporting.
No, he'll be back. He'll be back because he's like, it was a lot of, he was messaging me on my phone. He's like, it was a lot of fun. He's enjoying it. So I think he didn't realize what it was all about,
We're
but,
a great time.
We are a vibe.
Yes, we are definitely a vibe. So
hey, he could be over there at the panels that be arguing and stuff. We just come over here and we keep it very chill.
Yes,
right.
Yes. But yes, he's still my biggest.
Is definitely gonna use it. He's excited. He said, don't gatekeep. What is this? And he said, oh, now I got to get out of bed and go set it up because he wants to show how to change his water filter softener on all his platforms. So he'll be using this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like I said, you can just record videos with it, and you can use it from your iPhone. You can record it and then set it to go live, like it will post to all your platforms, or you can easily, go live and do it. It's just however you want to do it. I love it. I whenever I go live now, unless I'm just really just trying to focus on TikTok, because Instagram live really isn't popping like that. But I if I really have something to say, I'll go on all platforms. It's just so much easier just to do it on all. And it just makes it so, I don't know, I feel like it's just a good way to connect with a whole, we have a huge audience across all of us, and so I think it's the best way to get out information. So, but yeah, well, thank y'all, ladies. We'll have to come back for April and everything like that. He said, I see a sister's business. Wait, what did he say? He said electric construction and business, sisters full service.
Listen, speaking into existence.
Hey, I mean, I'm more of a certification side, but I mean,
but hey, look, you can hello.
I can make sure we're all covered. Contracts are covered.
There you go.
Contracts. We're legal. We're legal.
And I am good with the hands. I actually do the stuff. You just stuff like, Kiki, show up here. All right, I got you. I'm there. Get it done.
All right.
She's got her permit already there, and everything will be in order when she gets there.
And I'll be certified inspector for RVs.
Wait.
We could do this.
Maybe he spoke something into existence.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Rollin Sisters Maintenance. Something. We can workshop some names. Let me look at the codes in all of y'all states. Let me see what contracts I can pull.
Someone said I see 3 rich people in front of me.
Oh, glory! I receive it. I receive it.
Yes.
Well, thanks for that comment. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yes, we're rich in life for sure. Like,
very much.
Rich has it's more than, to me, is just than money, because money is something that's tangible that can be like, it can come and go.
Yeah.
But life, memories, you don't get life back. You don't get time back. You can get money. You can get money. No. You can get money anytime. But for us, yes,
I feel like the thing to do.
Yes, is get money. But getting time, making memories, enjoying life, like, that should be everybody's goal in life.
Oh, your husband just came up with a name of our business. Sisters Rollin
Maintenance.
What is it?
Sisters Rollin Maintenance Solutions.
That's a very long name. Sisters Rollin.
It is.
That's mouthy. Very mouthy.
That's SRMS.
Right? Like, we need a little bit of a shorter one, but I like when
AI can only do so much when you start adding too many words. It already be trying to change our sisters to sisters.
Like, no, we the us, not the ers.
I said put the on that. I ain't playing it.
Put some respect on our name.
Right.
Big facts. I want to thank you, ladies, for sharing your energy, and all of you who are watching, whether you watch for 5 minutes or the whole 3 hours. We really enjoyed you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream.